Hi, I am Judy. I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm here to tell you what actually happened to me. 14 months ago, I couldn't climb a single flight of stairs without stopping halfway to catch my breath. I was 44 years old, and I felt like I was 80. My knees ached every single morning. My back screamed at me just from standing too long at the kitchen counter. I avoided mirrors like they were my enemy. And honestly, they were. Because every time I caught a glimpse of myself, I didn't recognize the woman staring back. That wasn't me. At least, that's not who I was supposed to be. I used to be active. I used to have energy. I used to feel alive. But somewhere along the way, between the stress of work, raising kids, taking care of everyone except myself, I lost her. I lost me. And I gained something I never wanted: 112 pounds of pain, shame, and exhaustion. I remember the exact moment I knew something had to change. It was my daughter's graduation. She was walking across that stage, and I was so proud of her. But when I tried to stand up and cheer, I felt dizzy. My chest was tight. I had to sit back down while everyone else was on their feet, clapping and celebrating. I just sat there, embarrassed, trying to catch my breath, praying nobody noticed. But my daughter noticed. She didn't say anything that day. But later that night, she came into my room, sat on the edge of my bed, and said something I'll never forget. "Mom, I'm scared I'm going to lose you." Those words broke me, shattered me into a million pieces. Because she was right to be scared. I was pre diabetic. My blood pressure was dangerously high. My doctor had already warned me that if I didn't make serious changes, I was heading toward a heart attack or a stroke. Maybe both. And I knew all of this. I knew the risks. I knew the consequences. But knowing and doing are two very different things. Because here's the truth nobody talks about: when you've tried everything and nothing works, you stop believing anything ever will. And I had tried everything. I tried counting calories until I was obsessed with every bite of food that entered my mouth. I tried cutting carbs completely and felt so weak I could barely function. I tried those meal replacement shakes that tasted like chalk mixed with disappointment. I tried workout programs that left me so sore I couldn't move for days. I tried pills from the pharmacy that made my heart race and my hands shake. I tried eating only salads until I literally dreamed about pizza every single night. Nothing worked. Or worse, something would work for a few weeks. I'd lose 10 pounds, feel hopeful for the first time in months, and then it would all come crashing back. The weight would return, plus a few extra pounds as punishment for daring to hope. Every failure made the next attempt feel more pointless. Every diet was just another reminder that my body was broken, that I was broken. I started to believe that some people were just meant to be overweight, that genetics had already decided my fate, that no matter how hard I tried, I would always end up right back where I started: exhausted, defeated, and heavier than before. I accepted it. I told myself it didn't matter anymore, that I was too old to change, that I should just be grateful for what I had and stop chasing something that clearly wasn't meant for me. But that night, sitting on my bed with my daughter's words echoing in my head, I realized acceptance wasn't an option. Not when it meant leaving her too soon, not when it meant missing her wedding, never meeting my grandchildren, not being there for the moments that mattered most. I couldn't accept that. So I did something I hadn't done in years. I prayed. Not for a miracle, not for some magic solution, but just for guidance. For something, anything, that could help me find my way back to myself. And I don't know if it was God, the universe, or just dumb luck, but the very next day, I stumbled across something that changed everything. I was scrolling through my phone, not really looking for anything in particular, when I came across a story from another woman. She was around my age, had a similar body type, and she was talking about how she had lost over 80 pounds after struggling for years. She wasn't promoting some crazy diet or intense workout routine. She wasn't telling me to starve myself or spend hours at the gym. She was just sharing her experience, her journey, and what had finally worked for her when nothing else did. I almost scrolled past it. I almost dismissed it like I had dismissed 100 other things before. But something made me stop. Maybe it was the look in her eyes. Maybe it was the way she talked about finally having energy again, finally feeling like herself again. Maybe I was just desperate enough to try one more time. Whatever it was, I clicked. And that decision changed my life. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being dramatic. That single moment of curiosity led me to something I never thought possible. Within the first 2 weeks, I noticed something different. I wasn't starving all the time. That constant gnawing hunger that had sabotaged every diet I'd ever tried, it was quieter, manageable. For the first time in years, I felt like I was in control of my cravings, instead of them controlling me. By the end of the first month, I'd lost 14 pounds, and I hadn't suffered for it. I hadn't white knuckled my way through every meal. I hadn't spent hours on a treadmill or given up every food I loved. I just felt different, lighter, not just physically, but mentally too. The brain fog that had clouded my thinking for years started to lift. I woke up in the mornings actually feeling rested instead of dreading the day ahead. My joints didn't ache as much. My mood improved. I started smiling again. I'm genuinely smiling. And my family noticed. My husband said I seemed like a different person. My daughter said she finally felt like she had her mom back. But I was just getting started. Month after month, the weight kept coming off. Not in dramatic, unsustainable crashes, but in steady, consistent progress. 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 60. The numbers on the scale kept dropping, and for the first time in my life, they didn't bounce back. I started fitting into clothes I hadn't worn in a decade. I donated bags and bags of my old wardrobe because nothing fit anymore. And for once, that was a good thing. I caught my reflection in a window one afternoon and actually stopped to look. Not with shame, not with disgust, but with something I hadn't felt in years. Pride. I was proud of myself, proud of what I had accomplished, proud that I hadn't given up, even when every fiber of my being told me it was hopeless. Today, I'm 100 pounds lighter than I was 14 months ago. 100 pounds. I still can't believe it when I say it out loud. That's an entire person I was carrying around with me every single day. An entire person worth of weight pressing down on my knees, my back, my heart, my spirit. And now it's gone. My blood pressure is normal. My blood sugar is stable. My doctor actually smiled at my last checkup and said, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." I have energy I haven't had since my 20s. I play with my nieces and nephews without getting winded. I take long walks with my husband and actually enjoy them. I went hiking last month. Hiking! Me, the woman who couldn't climb a flight of stairs. I know what you might be thinking right now. You're thinking this sounds too good to be true. You're thinking, I'm just another person making promises that won't work for you. You're thinking your situation is different, your body is different, your struggles are different. I thought the same thing. For years, I thought the same exact thing, but I was wrong. And maybe, just maybe, you're wrong too. I'm not going to stand here and tell you what to do. That's not my place. But what I will say is this: if you're anything like I was, if you've tried everything and nothing has worked, if you've given up hope that change is even possible for you, then maybe you owe it to yourself to try one more time. Not for me, not for anyone else, for you. Because you deserve to feel good in your own body. You deserve to have energy and health and confidence. You deserve to be here for the people who love you, for the moments that matter, for the life you were meant to live. I found something that worked for me when nothing else did. It gave me my life back. It gave me my health back. It gave me myself back. If you want to know what it is, I've left everything in the description below this video. No pressure, no gimmicks, just the truth about what helped me lose 100 pounds and become the woman I always knew I could be. This is my story, but it doesn't have to end here. Maybe it's the beginning of yours. Thank you for hearing my story.